When you stop lifting weights, you actually lose all the strength that you gained during the strength season. So I'm going to talk about how to maintain the strength throughout your race. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is part 4 of the strength training series here at the FasCat YouTube channel. I'm Coach Sierra, and let's get into it. So maintenance strength training is the final phase that we're going to talk about, and it is probably the most overlooked tool in your training plan. The goal of the maintenance phase isn't to keep building muscle. It's actually to preserve the strength, muscle mass, and power that you've created during your off season or during your strength training cycle. And you can actually hold on to it with far less work than you think. You'll hear once a week later on in this video. The most prominent study on maintenance work is actually done by Ronstadt and colleagues. It's titled In-Season Strength Maintenance Training Increases Well-Trained Cyclists' Performance. And basically, here's what they did. During a 12-week preparatory period, well-trained cyclists during endurance training and strength training twice a week. Once the competition period for these well-trained cyclists started, they reduced their strength training to once per week. They continued this once per week strength session for 13 weeks. And during this 13-week period, researchers checked in to see how their strength on the bike and off the bike was maintained. There was also a control group that did not continue this maintenance work once per week, and they just continued on their competition cycle with only riding the bike, no time in the gym. The cyclists who kept their single weekly training session maintained their muscle size, which was just measured via thigh cross-sectional area. They also maintained their maximal leg strength. This paper measured via maximum voluntary contraction. What's even more impressive is they continued improving their peak power and time trial performance, whereas the group that only did training on the bike saw smaller gains in their performance, and they actually lost overall muscle size and maximal leg strength. So this study told us a couple things. You don't need to hit the gym hard all year long, but you shouldn't stop completely. A single session per week acts as a booster shot for your power. It keeps your neuromuscular system firing, your rate of force development sharp, and your pedal stroke powerful all season long. Now, if you find yourself in a pickle, research does show that you retain max strength output, and 5-minute power for up to 6 weeks after you end a effective and efficient strength training program. So what exactly needs to stay the same in maintenance training, and what does it look like? The key variable here is intensity. It's okay to cut volume and frequency, but we want to maintain a moderate to heavy load in order to elicit the adaptations and benefits that strength training allows. This will ultimately preserve the adaptations in the muscle and in the nervous system that we've created during our strength and power phases. If you bring the weight down too much, I'm not saying it's totally ineffective, but you're not maintaining as much as you could be. Think of it basically like keeping tension in the system. We want to have at least one session per week during the in season. We want to keep intensity moderate to high, so think of what weights you were using during your strength cycle and aim to use those same loads but with less frequency and overall volume. You can do this by reducing the amount of sets to 1 to 2 per exercise. And also a way to reduce overall volume at the gym, focus on multi-joint movement that hit multiple muscles and allow for maximum force. For instance, in my strength cycle, if I was doing 3 sets of 4 reps of squats, then during my maintenance week, I want to only be doing 1 or 2 sets with 3 reps of that squat. And this is really depending on how you're feeling that week and the training surrounding it. Other multi-joint movements that you should keep in your maintenance phase period would be deadlifts, lunges, and I recommend a few upper body exercises as well, especially if you're a mountain bike athlete. Doing this amount of strength training allows you to maintain the strength and muscle size for up to 32 weeks after you stop the bulk of your strength training program. And this is all according to a meta-analysis looking at maintenance training. For master cyclists or older riders, it's still best to do 1 or maybe even 2 sessions per week in order to preserve muscle mass and bone content, as your body cannot maintain that as well as we age. So this upcoming season, don't completely ditch the gym. Just downshift it. We just need one focused, moderate to heavy session a week at the gym, and that will keep your strength, muscle mass, and power right where they need to be, and also help you improve performance on the bike. If you need strength exercises that you should do during these maintenance phases, go ahead and look at the 10-week strength training plan or the 30-week off-season plan. You can pull any of those strength or power workouts into a maintenance phase and only do one per week, like I said. Or if you have questions about how to make a really solid maintenance plan, reach out to us here at FasCat. I'm always happy to answer any strength training question. And like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe for more cycling tips, content, and fun things. And comment below if you have any questions about this or any of the other videos that I made. Good luck hitting the gym this off season and this upcoming season.